I love how every month I say that I am going on a book buying ban. I don't need any more books. My shelves are full and I am content. And then every month I bring you guys a book haul. Anyways, hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Mads and today I'm bringing you a book haul. I am a menace to society, really, because this one is a really big book haul. Like, it's pretty big. And I have excuses for each and every one of these books that I bought. Like, there is an excuse for all of this that I use to justify to myself why I keep buying books, and that's how I'm here today. I honestly feel like it's been forever since I have sat down with you guys and filmed an actual video, so I'm so excited to dive into talking about books today. What should I start with? Okay, you know what? We're gonna go in order. Yeah, we're gonna go in order of when I received these. So I think I might have mentioned this in my last wrap-up video, but Book Outlet was having a sale where a lot of the books were like $5.99 and under. So I bought 6. And I bought 6 because at that point I could get free shipping, and so then I would obviously spend less money. Girl math. So I bought 6 books and I'm very excited for these 6 books. It was such a hard decision because there were so many that I wanted and I just eventually had to choose because I was like, I can't go over 6. I can't spend over like 40 bucks for this. And I ended up spending like $38 for this entire stack. So I say that is something to be proud about. So anyways, we're gonna dive into it and I'm so excited to show you guys. Okay, it's really impressive too because literally 4 of them are hardcovers. I bought all of these for $38. 4 of them are hardcovers. Can you blame me for doing this? No, you can't. Also, I forgot to mention, but my drink of choice today is a caramel hot chocolate. And it's really funny that I'm drinking hot chocolate when it's literally warming up outside. Oh well. You can't stop me from having my cute hot drinks. And then Luna is not on the back of the couch today, but I'm sure she'll join us at some point. Okay, now I'm really gonna get started. First up, I have 5 Survive by Holly Jackson. Do you guys know how long I've been waiting to get this book? I have been resisting the urge for so long. I love Holly Jackson. I adored A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I know that I will adore this book. Like, it honestly sounds absolutely amazing. And one thing that I always love when it comes to hardcovers is taking off the cute little cover and seeing what lies underneath. And look, that's so cool. That's honestly so cool. You can't tell me that's not cool. I know that this book will be absolutely amazing. So this follows these like 6 friends as they're going on this road trip, but their RV breaks down in like the middle of nowhere and like there's no cell service, nothing. And so as they're trapped in the middle of nowhere, they realize that this isn't an accident. Someone deliberately stranded them in the middle of nowhere, and all of their lives are on the line, basically. And there's 6 friends, 5 survive. So obviously, you know, one of them dies. And so I'm so curious to find out who is the one that dies. And I'm sure I have a feeling that there's going to be a little bit of a found family in this one. Just, you know, like your group of high school friends kind of found family, not exactly your Six of Crows kind of found family. A little bit different. Still love it. I can't wait to see them go through this. And I'm sure that the angst is going to be on point. I'm so excited for the angst. And I know that's kind of weird. I love angst and I love a good book with angst. So, Holly Jackson, ma'am, I will read anything that you write, and I'm so glad that I finally got this book because now I can devour it. So next one, I remember seeing this one so long ago when I was in Target. I'm pretty sure I was just like browsing through the books. I saw this, I was like, that sounds really good. This was so long ago, and it's kind of always been on my mind since. Like, am I gonna like it? I've never been entirely sure if I'm gonna like it, but I saw it on the list of books that were on sale, and my best friend slash roommate, Laurel, said that she also really wanted to read this book, and so I thought it would be perfect because I can get it now. Odd chance that I don't like it, she will probably love it. So I think that's worth it. So I bought it for us, really, and that is The Maidens by Alex Michaelides? 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 I don't know how to pronounce that. My bad. But anyways, first of all, look at that cover. He's the one who wrote Silent Patient, which I have never read. I've never read any of his books, actually. But this one just looks so good. So this one is a spellbinding tale of psychological suspense, weaving together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession. You know what I love? Greek mythology and murder mysteries. I mean, really, it was an obvious choice. I have to read this book at some point in my life. Oh my gosh, actually, okay, Laurel's been reading a lot of Greek mythology retellings lately. Maybe I should like pressure her to read this soon while she's still on her like Greek mythology kick. I think that'd be really fun. So it follows this like therapist who used to go to this school, and at this school there's this professor of Greek tragedies, and like everybody's obsessed with him, including this group of women on campus called the Maidens. But this therapist is like so certain this man is a murderer, and so she's trying to like take him down, I think. So yeah, she just becomes like obsessed with taking him down, and I love that. It's like feminine rage. I feel like this is gonna be a good feminine rage book, and I love that so much. So I cannot wait to read this book. I don't know when exactly I'm gonna get to it, but I know I will, because ooh, I feel like this would be a really good book to read in the fall. Like murder, obsession, like a society at a college, and Greek mythology. Like I feel like this might be a good fall read. We will see. I will update you guys if you want me to. So next is one that I think I've seen a little bit mixed reviews on this one, but it's written by Chloe Gong, and Chloe Gong wrote These Violent Delights, and I was honestly, when I read that book series, I was so impressed with her, and I thought it was really well written. I haven't read the second series, this little spin-off series, but I knew that I had to get this book, and that is Immortal Longings. I believe the second one just came out or is about to come out. I don't know. The second one exists in some form. I don't entirely know what this one is about, but I know it follows these three main characters, I believe, who are all kind of working together, but all have their own goals, which is always a really interesting dynamic and leaves the door open to so much betrayal. Like, there's so much potential for betrayal in this book, I feel like, because of this dynamic between these three characters. And of course, two of them are kind of like falling in love, and I can't wait to see how that works out, because Roma and Juliet's relationship was just full of chemistry, and I love it when a relationship is full of chemistry. So I can't wait to see what Chloe Gong brings me in this book and see how these characters interact with one another. Are they gonna like stay with each other till the end actually and like no betrayal, or are they gonna be betraying each other for their own wishes all along the way? You don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know, and I won't know until I get into it and I get a feel for everything, but I'm so excited for this book. I think I should probably read Foul Lady Fortune before I actually end up reading this one. It just feels like a good priority, you know, reading her other books before I get to her newest one. It just feels right. So I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. So I'm really unsure when I'm gonna get to this book, because Foul Lady Fortune is a book that was recommended to me on my 12 books for 12 friends list. So I probably will be doing a reading vlog with it at some point. So I'm really unsure when I will be getting to this book. And that cover, honestly, half the reason I'm obsessed with it is because of the cover. Like, I saw that it was written by Chloe Gong, and then I saw the cover, and I was like, say less. I don't know what you want from me. This next one I find really funny and entertaining, because this one next to Five Survive was the one I was literally the most sure about buying. And it's so funny because I have heard such mixed reviews on this, and I've seen people like kind of like making fun of the author a lot on TikTok and on book Twitter. But I need to know. Like, I really just need to know. And like, the cover is gorgeous, so it's not gonna be like a regret buying it, but I just need to know. And that is Lightlark by Alex Aster. Okay, I know that Alex Aster and Chloe Gong are like best friends. That makes me so happy. I literally adore that. Like, authors who are best friends and interact with each other all the time, and especially if they like acknowledge each other and they're like acknowledgements or whatever, literally brings me so much joy, for I don't even know why. But I do know that they're best friends, and I honestly think that is like the cutest thing ever. Like, oh my gosh. So I need to read this book, and it's funny, I think a lot of people kind of joke about the author, because on TikTok when she talks about it, she literally talks about the same thing every time. Like, this book is about an island that appears every 100 years and starts this deadly competition between these 6 rulers, I think, that have to cure their own like curses. I've heard a little bit that there is a really good romance in this book, kind of with morally gray characters. Obviously, they're all trying to kill each other, kind of morally gray as a given, but still really cool, and it just looks really gorgeous. And the page art is amazing. Like, it has things in every page, first of all, which I always love. Then, of course, with the chapters, they have some additional cute little thorn designs. Love that. Love the cover. And I didn't realize, but it's blurbed by Marie Lu on the front cover. Marie Lu is a queen. I will read anything that she recommends. So I do need to read this book, and I'm very curious to see how it actually goes because of how much I've just seen people joking about it, that I need to be able to form my own opinion here, and I feel like it's gonna be hard. Like, I need to get away from anything Lilac related before I dive into this, so I can go in it with just all my own thoughts, like nobody else's thoughts, all my own. I shouldn't know what anybody else thinks about this. I'm gonna read it. I don't know when. I never know when I'm gonna read any of these books, but I do really want to read this one. It looks like a really interesting plot. I love a good deadly competition. I don't see how it can go wrong. Like, it looks really good. Might as well. Got it for $6, guys. What do you want from me? Okay, this next one I'm so excited about. And that is This Is How You Lose Time War by Amal El Motar. I think that's how you pronounce her name. As always, never entirely sure. This one is so short, and I've heard absolutely amazing things about this book and the kind of like romance and world that this book involves between blue and red. And every time I see it when I'm at work, because we actually sell this book at my job, I'm like, I want to read that book. Like, I want to just like pick it up and read it instead of working. I can't do that. So I saw it with this deal with it on Book Outlet, and I knew I had to get it. So I ended up getting it, and I think this one would be a really fun one to annotate because it is so short, and because I think it has a lot of just like deep messages in it I think that always makes it a really fun time to annotate. This isn't even 200 pages. That's insane. I was not expecting it to be like this short. The text is also like really big too, so I was not expecting that. So this book follows these 2 rival agents in this war that's happening. They managed to start like corresponding with one another and sending letters to each other, and very Divine Rivals-esque, but I think this one might be a little bit more on the sci-fi kind of side. I just can't wait to read this book. And oh, it's by 2 authors, Amal El Motar and Max Gladstone. Sorry, I didn't mention the other author when I first started talking about this. Anyways, I keep getting off track. This book looks so good, and I am honestly just really looking forward to it. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. Like, I don't know. I feel like this is just one of those books that I know I'm gonna love. You know, I'm going into it with so much just confidence. I'm really hoping that I am right and I do end up loving this book. I would really suck if I didn't, but it just looks amazing. Next time, if I'm really itching to annotate a book, I think I should read this one because I think this one would be a fun one to annotate, and it is very short. And I take forever annotating it, so I think they would balance each other out. Okay, so the next one I'm also super excited about. I always say I'm super excited. I'm excited literally about all of these. They're books. How can I not be excited? Anyways, next I have Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. First of all, this came in and I was kind of mad. This book is so much taller than the other 3 that I have by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And the other 3 don't really match up in size either, but this one is so much taller than them. And then it also has that weird like paperback like flap thingy that hardcovers have, and decked edges. Not what I was expecting from this book, I'm not gonna lie. Like, decked edges I mainly associate with fantasy, not a historical fiction contemporary. It's just odd. It's an odd format choice, so I judge it a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. This one follows Carrie Soto, who is this like tennis champion, and I think she retired, but then this other champion's like rising up in the ranks, and people are saying that this new champion's better than her, and she doesn't like that. So she's like coming back to prove herself. I could be so off base with that. I'm 90% sure that this is what this book is about. I'm really excited to read this book, and at first I was like, oh, I feel like I don't really need to read this book about tennis. But then I read Malibu Rising, and Carrie Soto actually makes an appearance in Malibu Rising, and I'm curious to see if any of the characters in Malibu Rising make an appearance in this one. I know one certainly will. So I think that makes me really excited to read this one. That and the fact that I love this theme world series that Taylor Jenkins Reid has going on with these like famous starlets from like the 50s, and I love it so much. Like, it's such a fun world and dynamic to explore, and I don't think she's planning on writing any more in this series, but if she does, I'm so here for it. And I love how they all connect to one another. Like, they really do connect, mainly through one character. I feel like one character is a constant in these books, so I'm curious to see if he's in this one too. I'm so excited to read this book. Even if I don't like tennis, I feel like this is still a book I'm gonna love, you know? Mainly because I have just been loving the stories that Taylor Jenkins Reid has crafted with these very unlikable characters that I still can't help to just read about because they're so interesting. I'm so glad I bought this. I knew the second I saw it on the website, I was like, getting that one because it'll finish off my little collection with this series. I know it's not all of her books, but with this little standalone series she kind of has going on, it will top off that collection. And I'm really sure I'm gonna enjoy it. Like, I know I didn't like Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo that much. I feel like my reason for not liking Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo were really different than the reasons I liked her other ones. It was more personal, I guess, for me, but I'm sure that I'm gonna like this one after loving her last two ones. So yeah. Okay, I have more books. So those were the 6 that I got from Book Outlet. And then I got these next 3 from Barnes & Noble. I went home for a weekend. Not even a weekend. It was like mainly for a night because my brother was throwing a Oscar watch party. And so me and my best friend decided to head down there to like have this cute little watch party with my family. And so we spent the day in my hometown, and I just really wanted to just go shopping and show Laurel our new Barnes & Noble because we just got a new one after forever of not having one. It's a whole complicated story. We had one, then they were moving, and then that place they were moving to didn't work out, and anyways, they're open again in our hometown. So I knew I had to take her there, and I really was going into the store, and I was like, I don't need any more books. I'm probably not gonna buy any. And then I saw that sticker that says buy one, get one 50% off, and I swear every time it gets me. Every time I walk into a Barnes & Noble and I see that sticker, I'm leaving with at least 2 books. It's bad. And that's their goal. And their marketing strategy is insane. I props to them because they get me every single time. So I got some books, and I know it's like weird, like I got 3 with the buy one 50% off, but one of them didn't have that sticker. I still needed to get it because I have an addiction, and I'm just starting to collect every version of this book, and that is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I saw that they had the movie cover, and I literally had to. I grabbed it without a thought in my head. Like, no thoughts. I was like, guess I'm getting that. Look at them! Look at them! They're so precious. I love them. This is now my 4th copy of this book because I have 2 of the pink covers, one annotated from Elsa and the other that I bought myself, and that is my 1st copy of this book. And then I have the special edition, which was given to me by Laurel, and now I have this one. I think this one would be fun to annotate though, because I know next time I'm reading this one, I'm annotating it. This book is going to be so heavily annotated, and it's going to be amazing when I finally do end up reading this book again. Don't judge me. I ended up getting another copy of Red, White, and Royal Blue, and honestly, I will, if they have more copies, like more versions, because I know the UK and like I think there's like a Japanese one, they'll have slightly different covers. I will buy every single one of them if I need to. I have an addiction. It's a collection now, okay? It's not about reading the book, it's about collecting them now because it's quite literally my favorite book. I'm so happy with this purchase. There's no regret in my mind. And that feels amazing because typically when I buy things, I'm like, I shouldn't have bought that. I need to save my money, shouldn't have bought that. But this one, no regrets. It just brings me joy, pure joy. The next 2 I got a semi-deal on. Again, I was going into Barnes & Noble not expecting I'd walk out with any of these books. These ones I really wasn't expecting me to walk out with because I feel like they weren't very high on my priority list of buying books, but I saw them and I thought I really want to get them because I do want to read them. So I decided to get them. And one of them is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. This book is very popular, and this one is also a lot shorter than I was expecting, honestly. And I also think this one would be a really fun one to annotate as well because it's like small, and I think it would just be very cute one to annotate. But this one follows Emily Wilde as she is creating an encyclopedia of fairies. So she's just like trying to learn more about fairies to create this. And there's also, I believe, an academic rival of hers who comes to the same spot that she does. And I heard that it's a bit of a rivals to lovers romance. So I am very much looking forward to that. I think this is such an interesting concept, and when I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, I think I do want to read that. And then the more I hear people talking about it, the more I want to read it, because it just seems like everybody's loving this book. I need to hop on the trend because it just looks absolutely amazing, and it could fit the spring vibes, you know, that I'm entering into spring, and this one's has like fairies and flowers and nature, and I feel like that gives me spring vibes. So I might actually end up reading this one fairly soon. We'll see. We will see. I'm sure I didn't explain this one as well as I probably could have, but it's always hard when I don't always know 100% what these books are about until I read them. Because I tend to go into books a little bit, at least a little blind. So I hope I explained it well enough. And then next I got Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I love Leigh Bardugo. She's such a queen. And this one is very like a dark academia, like magical book. And I'm kind of scared to read it. Like, I'm a little intimidated because I heard it gets like really dark. And I typically don't read really dark books, but it's Leigh Bardugo, and I know I have to. And I love a good dark academia book. This one would be perfect for the fall. Also, my dad wants to read this book as well, and Laurel. So again, I didn't just buy it for myself. I bought it so I can help other people out by reading it. So this book is about our main character, Alex, who gets the chance to go to this super prestigious school, and she doesn't really know why. And she's had like a really hard life, dropping out of school her first time and witnessing a homicide, but she ends up going to this school. And I believe there's a little secret society happening here full of just like magic and mystery and darkness that she kind of has to uncover, which is honestly insane. And it says, still searching for answers, Alex arrives in New Haven, tasked by her mysterious benefactors, multiple, with monitoring the activities of Yale's secret societies. So she's kind of like a rat almost, trying to like spy on these guys, and I love that, honestly. And I love a good secret society. I'm very curious to see how this is gonna go. Are they gonna catch her? Is she just gonna join them? Like, I feel like there's so many different ways that this can go, and I am very, very excited to see where this one does take me. This one I probably will end up saving for the fall just because of the vibes. Like, the vibes would be perfect for the fall, but I'm still super, super excited. Oh my gosh, Stephen King himself blurbed this. I've actually never read a Stephen King book, but that's impressive because Stephen King's huge. I never know what I'm talking about, actually. And then next, I have some book mail. It's already opened. That's my bad. I just had to make sure that it was what I thought it was, and I'm a super impatient person. But this book is from Penguin Teen. They reached out to me asking if I wanted a physical copy of this advanced reader's copy, and of course I said yes. First of all, I love getting book mail. It makes me feel super fancy, and also I just love being able to review books for Penguin Teen. I love Penguin Teen, and I love being like a part of their ARC program. So I got The Breakup List by Adib Khorram. He wrote something else. Oh yeah, he also wrote Darius the Great is Not Okay. I can see it from here. And I haven't read that book, but I've also heard really good things about that book. So that does give me hope that this book is also gonna be good. I'm not gonna lie, I don't love the cover, but we're gonna look past that. I can't wait to read this book just to see how I do end up enjoying this one. And because it is an advanced reader's copy, I feel like not a lot of people know about books that aren't really out yet, aren't really well known. So I am going to read you the blurb. When it comes to finding the cons of a relationship, his own or someone else's, no one writes a better breakup list than Jackson. Some might call him a cynic, but Jackson prefers to think of himself as a realist, which is why it's good that he and Liam are just friends. But doth the stage manager protest too much? Okay, so I think it's like a love story maybe between an actor and a stage manager in high school, kind of a theater kid kind of story. And I just think it sounds really good, and I love a good cute little queer romance, and I have total faith that this one is gonna be amazing. So yeah, I'm very excited to read this one. Oh, the little like, what's it called, dedication is for all the theater kids. So this book is definitely for the theater kids out there, which I love. So I'm sure this one's gonna be just like really cute and amazing. Thank you so much, Penguin Teen, for sending me this amazing book. I can't wait to put it on my shelf, and I just can't wait to dive into it. How many books is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 books. 10 books that I've added to my shelf fairly recently. It's a problem. I admit that it's a problem, and it's a problem I'm not going to be stopping anytime soon. I do need to stop buying books because I do have other things I need to worry about when it comes to money, like, you know, rent and groceries and tuition for next semester. So I probably won't be buying any more books anytime soon. I say that, watch me buy more books anytime soon. It's hard too because I work at a bookstore, or at least like a book and apparel store, and so sometimes we get really good books in and I literally have no choice but to buy it. We'll see when my next book haul is. I literally can't make any promises at this point. Those are the 10 books that I have to show you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe below, and I will see you all next week. Bye!